Hi everyone, and welcome to blog 13 of the Tackle the Feelings Before the Behaviour parenting approach. And today I want to talk about the top 10 benefits that can be gained from just simply praising your kids. So before I begin, I just want to run through what I mean by praise, and that is when you give a positive affirmation for a job well done. So whether that's a behavior or something they've noticed or done or seen or said, or whatever the case may be, you've noticed and you've verbally, and I want to stress that I mean verbal praise today, verbally praised your children for the job well done. So my advice is to start as early as possible with praise. Even if they can't talk yet, just the voice and the noticing and getting them used to that from you is really important. So to make it easier, I've sort of broken it down into 10 benefits, and I've got pieces of paper that I'm going to hold up to just try and make it clear, and I apologize if there's a glare or you can't see them, but I'm going to be speaking about them. So without further ado, the number one on the list of my benefits is it helps your children to feel valued, heard, and seen and important. So this is really important because it's about presence. It's about that you've noticed that good thing that they've done. So helping them to feel valued, helping to feel that they've contributed in some way and that you've noticed them and that you are proud of them. So it's about being proud of them and that they feel valued in having that pride from you. Which leads to number 2, which is self-pride, which gives them a sense of achievement and accomplishment, which is really important, and it's important for everybody. Because to have that sense of achievement and accomplishment is empowering. And getting there yourself by doing something yourself is where that self-pride comes in. And that's something you really want to develop. You really want to develop that self-pride because it increases confidence and self-esteem and a belief in yourself. So by praising and showing pride in them from you, you give them a sense of their own self-pride. You're showing them that they've achieved something by what they've done because you've noticed and you've seen and you've verbally affirmed their behavior. So number 3 is really helpful for you, especially in the early childhood and when you're going through a lot of teaching and educating things, tying shoelaces, teaching them how to eat with a knife and fork, teaching them the correct and appropriate behaviors for things. So number 3 reinforces positive behavior. It's your number 1 ally to teach those lessons and get them to remember and to do the things that you need them to do, that they need to do in life, those life skills and that positive behavior. The number 1 way to get something to stick is to develop that sense of self-pride and that pride from you. And this reinforces that behavior because they'll want to keep doing it. They'll want to keep doing that behavior because you give them such a wonderful feeling when you praise them for what they're doing. So this is a great way to guide your kids into the right positive behavior. Reinforces that behavior. And now number 4 is incredibly important. And it's important in everything that you do around the relationship between you and your child. This praising your child increases that relationship and that bonding, or what we call attachment. And I urge you to read up on some of my written blogs on my Facebook site if you want to know a bit more about attachment. But attachment is incredibly important for creating stability and safety in the world and regulating your children's emotions through that relationship with you, that sense of safety. This relationship between you and your child, the primary caregiver and the child, is the most important thing in the child's life. And praise really increases that relationship because it increases that relationship because it develops that trust in you. You have become the guide. You've become someone that's guiding them into the right ways of doing things and helping them. And it's also giving them that lovely feeling every time you praise them. You give them that sense of self-pride. You're the source of wonderful feelings for them, and they develop a trust in you. And developing a trust in you helps them to feel safe because they haven't yet developed that trust in themselves. But praising them, number 5, helps them develop this trust in themselves. Through that trust in you, through feeling valued, through learning the correct behaviors and responses and reactions, through your praise and your positive affirmations, this helps them to know what the right and wrong things to do and develop that sense of confidence within themselves and to trust themselves enough, which helps with a very important thing, which is decision making, which is a life skill that everybody needs and a lot of people struggle with because you don't know how to trust your gut, you don't know how to trust your instincts, and you're running around unguided because you haven't had that guidance in childhood to develop this trust. So praise is a really, really strong and powerful way to help your children develop that trust in themselves. Number 6, helps them to model. So you are the model for them, showing them how to praise and compliment and develop that in them. As they grow up, they'll learn how to do this and praise and compliment other people. And this is incredibly, incredibly valuable to help them with friendships, with the workplace later on, in school, and developing any interpersonal relationships, looking for the strengths in other people and being able to verbally affirm things that other people are doing. This really increases how they are received in the world. And most importantly, though, number 7, is that it helps them to see their own strengths. By praising them, you give them confidence in certain things that they're doing and shows them what they're good at, what they can do, what their potential is and how they are able to reach their potential. It helps them to thrive, to see the good in themselves. You want them to see the good in themselves. This develops their self-esteem and how they feel about themselves as people. And this is a really great combat against shame and all those negative elements that come from that we're not regulating your children's emotions, that they learn how to value themselves, that they learn how to see their own strengths. So this is really important because you're teaching them, every time you praise them, you're teaching them what their strengths are, what they can do. You're giving them that can-do attitude. And so this, in turn, number 8, helps them to strive and encourages them to strive towards their potential. And this is done through feeling supported by you, feeling less alone in the world, feeling that they can go out there and take risks or do things and live their dreams, dream and feel what they want to do with themselves, whether it's things in childhood or whether it goes right up until when they turn into adulthood and they're deciding what careers they want to do, what partners they want to choose for themselves, who they are as people. This encourages them to thrive, to strive towards their potential. So your praise is very important in helping them become the people that they are meant to be, that they have strength in themselves to be the people and reach their absolute potential and their intelligence and their warmth and their lovingness in the world, to be valued members of society and feel good about it, feel really, really good about it. And now the perk for you is there'll be less acting out and naughty behavior. And the reason for this is about that reinforcing positive behavior. By doing that, number 3, you will be teaching them that they will get that attention and they will get that praise and they will get your presence and they'll be seen, valued, and heard from you by behaving in an appropriate way, by doing the right thing, by really working towards things that are going to be good for them. They get more attention for that. If we're constantly criticizing and noticing the bad behavior, but we forget to notice when they're doing something right, even if it's something that they're doing all the time or that they should be doing. Sometimes we forget to praise them because that's something everybody should be doing. But when you praise them, They will strive more towards the positive behaviors and the good behaviors and being good towards other people, rather than acting out and trying to get your attention and trying to get their needs met by being naughty and hitting or whatever else they might do to try and get your attention. So by praising your kids, you will have better behavior, less acting out. And the last one, which I call the added bonus, is they will start getting more confidence in other areas, areas that you perhaps don't even know that you're teaching and guiding them into. But this is that perk that you get from building self-esteem, from regulating your children's emotions through positive, affirming behavior and verbal affirmations from you, and that time and that presence from you, and that relationship increasing between you and your child, and that trust in you, inherently forming that trust in themselves, will help them in areas such as school and academic performance, in sport, in games, in their relationships and friendships, in just about all areas. More confidence means that they will be able to really figure out who they are and have meaningful relationships in their lives, and learn how to love and learn how to accept themselves and accept challenges, because this increases their ability to be creative. Because when they're not bogged down with all the negativity and the criticism, and they have confidence to explore and be who they are, they can express themselves more. And as kids, this will be creatively, through games, through friendships, through learning, through modeling your behaviors. This increased confidence and increased self-esteem will help them in so many developmental milestones, in school, in absolutely all areas. So you will be helping your children and setting them up for life. So praise is something really simple, and it's really something that maybe you didn't get very much as a child, and might be a bit foreign, so you haven't even realized that this is something you need to be doing. But this is just saying well done. This is saying good job, and really meaning it, being quite enthusiastic, using your body language as well, giving hugs. Giving rewards is secondary. Buying toys and all of that is not what they need from you. So don't worry if you don't have money to go and take them on special trips or buy them those latest toys and things. What will set them up for life to develop for themselves is praise and attention from you, is giving them that gift of believing in themselves, of feeling valued, of feeling important, of feeling guided in the world, less alone. And that really fills them, that fills their tank up, stops that shame and that emptiness and lack of belonging. Praise really combats that. It's a really, really great way to set your children up with valuable life skills that will trickle like a domino effect in many areas. So remember to always tell your children how much you love them, verbally show them that you love them as well as physically, and meet their needs by praising them and guiding them through positive affirmations, not through criticism and punishment. Praise is so easy, it's free, can be done anywhere, and it teaches them how to spread that love through to other people and develop friendships and relationships later on. So I hope that's been helpful. Good luck for the week ahead, and get praising. Bye.